Today, we're diving into a feeling that, let's be honest, pretty much all of us have felt at some point. That sense of being adrift in our own lives. We're going to dig into the work of retired clinical psychologist Lane Lasater to figure out how we can stop being tossed around by our circumstances and finally take control of the wheel. You know this feeling, right? It's like you're on a ship, but you've got no rudder to steer. You just get thrown around by the waves of everyday life, caught up in this current of anxiety and worry. It's that exhausting feeling that your life is just something that's happening to you instead of you making it happen. So where does that feeling even come from? Well, Lasater's work points to one big reason. We're constantly trying to control things that are, frankly, completely out of our control. We try to force that promotion to happen right now, or we try to steer a relationship down a very specific path, totally ignoring all the other things that are going on. And that leads us to this really powerful idea, captured perfectly in this quote. Just really let that sink in. Understanding this difference is like the key to unlocking a whole new perspective and finding some calm in the middle of all the chaos. Okay, so let's break this down. Effort versus outcome. Our real power, where we actually have a say, is in our effort. That's the quality of the work we do, the choices we make, the kindness we show. The outcome, though, that's a whole different ballgame. It's influenced by luck, by what other people do, by a million things we can't even see. The real trick is to pour everything you've got into the effort and then learn to gracefully let go of the outcome. So how do we actually start doing this? Well, believe it or not, it can start with something as simple as the words you use. Lasater says that just shifting our language can be this incredibly powerful way to take back control. Let's look at how we can flip the script from making excuses to actually owning our choices. Think about this one. It's so simple, but it's huge. We all say it, right? Oh, I just didn't get to it. It sounds like some outside force just stopped us. But the truth, as Lasater points out, is usually, I put it off. Can you feel that difference? One is passive, like it happened to you. The other is an active choice you made. And here's another big one. It is so easy to fall into the trap of blaming other people. He was so unfair. But reframing that to, I let his actions control how I felt, wow, that flips the script and puts the power right back in your hands. It's not about pretending what they did was okay. It's about taking back control of your own inner peace. And this last one really hits home. When we say, I had to give up, it makes us sound helpless, like we had no other option. But the truth is, often, I stopped trying. It's a really small but important difference. And listen, this isn't about blaming yourself. Not at all. It's about empowering yourself by realizing that, at some point, you made a choice. And that's exactly why taking responsibility is so crucial. It's not a tool for beating yourself up. It's literally the foundation for building genuine self-confidence. Because when you know deep down that you're in charge of your own effort and your own choices, you start to build this solid belief that you can handle whatever life decides to throw at you, no matter what the outcome is. So let's do a quick little gut check right now. Just look at these statements on the screen and honestly, for a second, think about how true they feel for you. Don't overthink it. Just where are you at right now with forgiving yourself, trying new things, taking feedback, and feeling hopeful? Now, in Lasater's full assessment, you'd get a score that puts you into one of these buckets. But listen, the number itself isn't really the point. What's so important to remember is that this isn't some permanent grade you're stuck with. Confidence is like a muscle. It gets stronger, it gets weaker, it ebbs and flows. Where you are today is just your starting line. So, how do you work that muscle? Lasater gives us 3 really practical ways. First, you've got to become the boss of that voice inside your head. Start swapping out the criticism for encouragement. Second, gently but consistently start pushing yourself to do things that are just a little bit uncomfortable. And third, and this one's huge, learn to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd give to a good friend. Okay, this last tool is my favorite. It's a simple but honestly an incredibly effective way to make all of this a daily habit. Lasater calls it your Daily Choice GPA, and it's a total game changer. The idea is just brilliantly simple. At the end of the day, you just take a second to look back at the choices you made in these key areas. And here's the most important part. You do it without judgment. How'd you do on sleep, eating well, using your time? The goal isn't to ace the test every single day. And this is the real magic of it. Every single day is a clean slate. A bad GPA yesterday means absolutely nothing for today. The whole point of this is just to build awareness so that today you can make a choice that's just a tiny bit better than yesterday. Which brings us right back to our ship. Taking ownership of your choices, even the really small ones, is how you grab that rudder. It's how you go from being a passenger to being the captain. So, I'll leave you with this question. What's the one choice, no matter how small, that you're going to make today to start steering your own course?